Oli. Sorry about that. I was muted. Yeah, no, I meant to put 12 o'clock and I saw here that I put 1 o'clock crude AF. Hold on, I'm trying to Olivia Cochina. Yo sé que me entiendes. Oh, hold on. Hold up. I got to do something. Oh, wait, no, I can do it this way. I forget I have a good computer. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Copyright takedown request received for your YouTube video. We received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your video. We believe your content is protected by. Type it in the chat, please. Before I say it, I want everybody to type it in the chat, please. We received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your video. We believe your content is protected by what, people? Help me out. Help me out. Oh, you are so correct, my chat, my lovely people. Is protected by fair use, dealing, or a similar exception to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your video at this time. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. Please be advised, it is possible the copyright owner will approach you directly to request removal or take other action. This email is not intended as legal advice. If you are interested in more information regarding your options on this matter, you may wish to consult a qualified attorney. So, people, what's it going to take for you boobs to understand the term fair use? We're actually trying to help you. We're trying to help you. Like, the fact is you go false flagging people like you just did, it's going to look real bad on you. And you're lucky that you false flagged someone like me with integrity because it gave your personal information. YouTube, you doxed yourself to me. I have no interest. Now, I shared screenshots with Crude AF on Twitter, but I redacted your information because I'm not a piece of shit like you guys. I'm just not. That's not how I do things. I'm not interested in any type of harassment that you may or may not receive for your shitty behavior. I'm just not interested in that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to keep streaming your ass, and you're just going to have to sit there and take it. And I'm loving every second of it. I'm loving it. Yo, and it couldn't happen at a better time. The email came in through when I was live on Benny's panel. I was like, oh, I mean, dude, what's it going to take for you boobs to understand? Once you put something out there, see, I have an understanding of what I do, okay? What I do, maybe it's not real good art, but technically it's considered art because I am technically a YouTube creator. So when I create something and then I put it out, it's for everybody. That's why it's called sharing. It's for everyone. It's no longer mine. It's for everyone. So people can make videos about me. People can stream me. I don't care. In fact, I enjoy it. Bird toast. I mean, it's so fun. It's so fun. You're making this so much fun. This doesn't feel like work at all. At all. It feels fantastic. You got me back in the 90s doing the Cabbage Patch because I get to fuck with you on my channel and enjoy it. And guess what? We're going to play part 2 of that bullshit interview right now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I gotta find it here. Oh, here we go.
Hey guys, we're giving away a ton of these DeWalt samples today. Just fill out our quick 2-minute review deadly agent.
So I just want to thank Comicals of Olivia Cochina. I like to thank her for putting out such quality content that I get to share for you guys because I love you guys. So thank you, Olivia Cochina, for the content. I really, really appreciate it. I'm grateful for it.
Donwell's ex-coworker, and he had some things to say. If you haven't seen episode 1, I suggest you watch that before watching this.
Anything else you've seen them take off job sites, like tools or people's, like other construction equipment, take it home? Or
I see him take a lot of
already
material.
It has nothing to do with Summer Wells.
Like I said,
already this has nothing to do with Summer Wells' disappearance. Already.
His house, and he had to have 20, 30 buckets of mud that had been sitting out there a couple of years and frozen. That was no good. And I mean, you can't freeze mud. Mud can't sit out in the cold. It freezes. It's a freezer to mold. He's mixing that shit in with the mud at the house, is trying to get rid of it because he took it from Tucker and them, and he was trying to get rid of it. But the whole yard was full of it. I said, man, brand new buckets of mud. But then he accused me of stealing mud when he told me to go put it.
Wait, stealing mud? Stealing mud? Okay, this is real riveting stuff, people. Like, I'm at the edge of my seat literally right now. Well, because I have to lean into the mic, you know. Actually, yeah, let me get off. but and because Panda is like right behind me, she likes to like lay down right behind me. So, but I'm riveted right now because this is amazing, top-notch journalism, people.
In my storage because he didn't have no room at the house.
Do you know if he's still working for Tucker?
I don't know, but I heard he was. I don't know.
So what I'm
So
seeing
plus
right
when
now,
I haven't seen him since.
does anybody else not see that they're just sitting around drinking and gossiping? Like, that's literally all that's going on here. Not one thing has indicated that this guy has said, not one thing. Please go back and watch the part 1 if you haven't. But not one thing that this guy has said has anything to do with Summer's disappearance, or even alludes that Dawn or Candace may have had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. So what is this besides just spreading gossip with high quality editing on the internet about a family with a missing daughter? I mean, what else is this?
He ripped me off, but I saw him almost every day last week.
Yeah, like you said,
Kind of weird. My hair stood up the first day I saw him go by.
Nobody cares, dude.
Because my teeth were gringed. And I thought he wasn't doing 90 mile an hour either. He was doing like 20 mile an hour. So he's seen me there, and he's cahooted with my old boss that I had that just supposedly fired me. But he's cahooted with him, and he's a damn needle junkie. That's why I don't work for him no more. So he wants to accuse me of being, what do you call me, a junkie? Yeah, and a junkie is a needlehead. Somebody who, maybe a crackhead.
I mean, not necessarily. You know what I mean? A junkie is, I mean, technically, like what's really funny, people who do engage in drugs, the difference between people who engage in drugs and people who don't, or at least have engaged in drugs, because this is how I know, is a junkie is in drug circles is specific to opiates, basically, because heroin is considered junk. Like, I mean, you listen to any Alice in Chains song, it'll tell you that. But this guy is saying that he's not a junkie because he does not engage in. But the accusation from Dawn is that this dude is a meth head. So to anybody who doesn't engage in drugs, or has never, a junkie is general, man. It's general. It's got a general meaning, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, totally. Totally. I mean, come on. Like, I love how everybody, you know what I mean? And I'm going to keep, if you guys at this point are not convinced that she is not, I think she's the smartest one. I think Olivia Cochina is the smartest one out of the whole bunch of boobs. Honestly. So anybody who's thinking that she's this little innocent, sweet little girl, think again. But she's obviously not too smart, because she did false flag me after how many live streams that I put out talking about fair use? How many live streams did Crude AF put out talking about fair use? Like, just listen, bro. Like, just listen, dude. Totally. Yeah. Right. So they're over here trying to investigate Don's drug use. Well, Bullhorn Boob is probably looking for a new customer.
But I always thought a junkie was just a heroin dope head, shoot up needles. That's what I always thought. And to be frank, honest, I ain't done none of it. I like tattoos, but My ex-boss, his hands, you could see the tracks on them. John Womack paint. He wanted to say I'm a junk because he got on with Don Wells, and I told him too much.
Still,
John
pure
went
gossip.
ahead and got in with Don Wells and wanted to throw me back in as being the main suspect.
Still
I
pure
can't
gossip.
do the
That's
job.
all we're listening to right now.
Do you know where Don was on June 15th? Was he at work?
Now we're
that
getting
you know of?
somewhere.
I know you were fired the day
Yeah,
before.
Jesse told me he went to skim a house.
Wait,
That
Okay. Listen carefully, folks. Jesse told me. That right there is a 150% perfect, immaculate example of hearsay. Jesse told me he went to go skim a house.
when I went up to Jesse and I said, Jesse, I said, where's Don? He said he's skimming the house. I said, he's skimming the house when his daughter's missing. I said, there's something wrong with that.
Okay.
I said, because me personally,
If Don Wells already talked to the police, okay, because right now what this dude is he's trying to imply that it's somehow suspicious that Don went to work the next day when his daughter went missing. Well, actually, June 15th is when she went missing. That was when she was last seen. So how did Don was at work when he found out that his daughter was missing? That's been established. What the fuck are they talking about? That's already been established. He was at work. Candace called him, said Summer's missing. Don said, hang up the phone with me and call 911. I'm coming home now. That's what happened. That's the story. So this guy is loosely confirming, because he's not really confirming anything, but he's confirming the story that's already been given, that Don was at work on June 15th when Summer went missing. Right. And I was going to say that too, Burnt Toast. I was going to say that too. Like this dude's got to put food on the table. Like, what's he not going to, I mean, even if it's the next day, I mean, this guy, they have the kind of lifestyle that if they don't work, they don't eat. And a lot of Americans live like that. A lot of people in the world live like that. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's honest work. So here are these people trying to make them out to be lowlives, right? That's their whole narrative, is that they must have done something to Summer because they're lowlives. That's their whole narrative. But like, what would a lowlife do whatever he had to do and push through to make sure that his other kids have food on the table? That doesn't sound like a lowlife to me. It just doesn't.
I don't know that I could work if somebody was skimming a house and my daughter's missing.
what house was that? Where?
That was one of their houses. That was I forget the name of that subdivision. That's in Jonesboro, though.
So he was in Jonesboro
It's
area.
right there, huh?
Was it in Rock Springs?
No,
it
it's
was
in
in
Jonesboro.
Right there where? Like,
I want to say by the police station, Sullivan County Police Station.
so he was.
Jonesboro is completely different than Rogersville. So again, through hearsay, mind you, he's confirming that Don Wells was nowhere near where Summer was last seen. Nowhere near her. Like, what are these people trying to prove, man? Like, it's blowing my mind how stupid they are. Like, it's blowing my mind. What I'm doing, what Crude AF is doing, what Burnt Toast has been doing is too easy. It's too easy. They're making it so easy for us. So easy. It just blows my mind that they have people that actually throw money at them. I mean, they have the right to do whatever they want. I'm not, sure, but I have the right to call you stupid for doing it. I mean, I just do.
Was there the day Summer was
What?
reported missing?
What is that police station up there in Jonesboro? Is that Sullivan County? That is Sullivan County, isn't it? I believe so. I think it
This
is.
dude is
Sullivan
brain
County.
dead.
Yeah, pretty big. Huh?
I don't know.
That's what Jesse said. I didn't know. I didn't go. I wasn't allowed to. I was fired.
You don't know
I
if
just
the-
didn't understand why he was going to work when his daughter's missing. That's what
I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out what his wife sees in him, like I'm trying to. I mean, he's not a bad looking dude, but I mean, the guy's got no brains. You know what I mean? And he doesn't make a lot of money. He's a laborer, and that's honest work. That's great work. But like, I don't know. He's got to be a machine in the sack. I mean, he's got to be a machine in the sack. It's probably hung like a camel, Thank you so much. I've got words. Look into the H3 podcast fair use case. They won. Yeah. I mean, I wish she'd try to sue me. I wish she would. I wish any of these fools would try to sue me. Like, yeah, I'm guessing dude here is probably a machine in the sack, bro. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense because his wife is super hot.
I didn't get.
I talked to his neighbor yesterday in front of his house because we were out there. We said we went and got the dogs food because we heard they were hungry. There's animal abuse in there. The neighbor came out. His name is Don. Donnie lives behind me. Don once was throwing his other neighbor, Fred Hill, under the bus, just like with you. Matter of fact, when he talked to her, he said the same thing in the same interview. Fred Hill. And you gotta look at Fred Hill, the Met guy. Fred Hill confronted him and said, "Don't put my name in your mouth anymore. I will." Pow.
Okay, so is he asking questions or is he telling this guy what to fucking think? So there's JLR in the background running his mouth, and they're supposed to be interviewing this guy and getting answers from him. Instead, they're feeding him a narrative. Real top-notch journalism there, bro. Real good.
I told you. Same kind of thing was he did to you. Drag your name in the mud.
He said so many lies. He's put so many.
He's instigating this guy, is what he's doing. He's instigating this dude. Like, that's all he's doing. He's not asking anything valid. And what's happening is what's happening is any like questions regarding Summer's disappearance that would even imply they've already, even in part one, in the first 5 minutes, they destroyed this guy's credibility as far as anything that he has to say. Nothing that this guy says is credible whatsoever. Right? No, I mean nothing. So what these people are doing are just sitting around gossiping. That's all they're doing. Just sitting around gossiping because everything that I've even heard come out of this dude's mouth has been hearsay regarding Summerwell's disappearance. Anything. And I've heard very little regarding Summerwell's disappearance. Most of it is Don's crazy guy who throws mud at the window, and Don fired me from a job. And dude, like, you're sitting here and you're acting like you're above Don, but like, are we forgetting one detail that Cam actually pointed out to me while I was on Benny's panel? Don was your boss, Dudley. Don was your boss. How are you over here acting like, I mean, this is America. This is Tennessee, dude. If you were the better man, you would have had his spot. Not the other way around. If you were the better man, if you were the better drywall guy, you would have had his spot. What's up, Savage Live? Good to see you. Get real. Get real, dude.
people under the bus. He's wasted so many volunteers. I mean, I feel horrible for you guys because y'all got to listen to this shit and try to make something out of it. And you want to believe him because you want to help Summer, but
No,
really,
we don't believe
you
him.
don't realize you're dealing with a psychopath.
You think he's a psychopath? Sociopath, psychopath, or do you think she's just a drug addict?
Schizophrenic, I mean, just a
Now Molly Golightly is a fucking psychiatrist. Awesome.
drug head from far
He shot a
between.
flare at us.
Bless you. I don't know if you knew that, Aaron.
He shot a flare gun at us.
We were feeding his dogs.
You were harassing him. Listen to that bullshit. Okay, she's not super hot, but she's hot. They were harassing Don and Candace. Oh, wait. Oh, that's funny. Hold on. Sweet Melissa's like, she's not super hot, but you guys keep going, calling out the trash. We all know MGL is and has been. Yeah, you're right. Oh, they're totally loaded questions, Crude AF. Like, this is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen, but it's fun. Busy B, welcome. Like, yeah, they're over here and they're yo, I'm telling you, dude, Burnt Toast is like a professional hitman, bro. I was dying laughing on her last live. Dying laughing. I mean, look, if they had shot an actual gun at them, it's questionable whether or not they would have been in the right. You know what I mean? Like, how much are you supposed to take? How much are you supposed to take? They were there simply harassing them. Hold on, let's see what Crudy F says. I worked at an axe throwing place. The management was shit after the first manager left. I picked up and took his job because I was better. If he was better, it should have been the easy to replace. Yeah, dude. I agree with you. You got the job because you were the best man for the job. That's how America works. That's why it's the land of opportunity. You have to step up. You have to put in the work. Period. Sitting there and complaining to a bunch of YouTubers with a shitty agenda tells me all I need to know about this dude. Tells me everything I need to know about this dude. Like, I mean, think about it. Think about it. That dude comes up to me asking for a job, and I'm in a place of, and I'm in a position of management. I'm gonna be like, nah, dude. I saw that bullshit on YouTube. All you did was sit there and make excuses. That's all you did. All you did was sit there and blame somebody else because you couldn't do a job right. Like, yeah, totally Burnt Toast. Yeah, I totally went over that when I went over the part 1 of this bullshit. Hold on.
Where's Summer? And guess what? He pulled out somewhere up on that hill, man. Pow! And this thing went right over her head. Flare.
Mm-hmm. Got it on film.
Got it on film. With him, Tucker. Is he a contractor?
I never did axe throwing, man. I really want to do that.
Brawler, it's time.
Shut up. Yeah, go away.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah, I never did axe throwing, man. I always wanted to do that. It seems like a cool thing to do.
subcontractor. That's all he is. Yeah, Tucker doesn't want anything to do with it.
So Tucker can't fire him or anything like that.
They feel bad for him because they believe his shit.
Wow. And I reached out to Richard
They're
Tucker.
supposedly a Christian, but you know, Richard's a good guy. Richard is an awesome guy. His wife, Miss Rose, beautiful people.
The saddest
Great
thing
in the
about
world.
this,
Problem
the saddest thing about this is that Molly Golightly seems like the most qualified person to be asking questions. Let that soak in for a second, bro. Out of these 4 idiots, Molly Golightly is the most qualified person to be asking these questions. It's ridiculous.
is the company's so big that they don't actually get to see everything. Like Jesse probably never goes on 90% of his jobs because he's got people to go there and he relies on those
Because he's the
people to pick up
boss.
the checks and do what they got to do. Okay, the job. Well, me personally, I have a few haters out there.
Yo, I gotta say though, this guy wears the name Dudley well. I mean, like he's rocking that name right now. Because I can't take a dude named Dudley seriously. You know, like not at first. If I get to know them and they turn out to be, you know, maybe they just had parents that were just like, I don't like you. I don't like that you were born, so I'm going to name you Dudley. That probably happened. Hold on one second. Yeah, like let's think about that for a second. I mean, a dude named Dudley, man, he's got to be bitter, bro. I'm bitter if I'm named Dudley. I'm bitter if I'm named Dudley. You know what I mean? But he's just wearing the dud in Dudley very, very well. I just had to point that out.
I'm a threat to some of them, and they don't want me around. So, you know.
Do you want to tell us who those are? This way you have an added layer of protection.
Well,
Ooh, look at the dramatic zoom in.
And he chose to turn his back on me.
Inside with
Put me in
Don?
a category, yeah. Like they wanted to say that I was.
The more this guy talks, the more he is showing that he has personal contempt for Don, which if he's put on a stand, he's going to be not credible. This video, this little bullshit interview is going to destroy his credibility to a jury. I mean, like, so if Don is actually guilty of something regarding Summer's disappearance, these people are actually fucking it up. That's the irony in all of this. All they're doing, they're going after Don, right? Like relentlessly. They're going after Don relentlessly. And like the goal is to get him arrested and put him in jail because they believe that he did something to cover up Summer's disappearance. But all they're doing is helping his case. That's all they're doing.
Yes, I'm at.
So who's out?
And the reason why they're doing this is because they know dick about the law. Nothing. I don't know anything. I have what's known as common sense. These people even lack that. And you can see it in their actions if you use your eyes. Simple.
He works with Don?
No, he works with Tucker. He's Tucker's touch-up. They tried saying I took too long on the job, but they never actually went there to the job. The job had 10 bathrooms. That's how big the house was. And it was over a $1 million home. And you could see every flat, butt joint, the arches look like shit. But the screw holes you can see all along the wall because they painted the baby blue city gloss paint. And it showed everything. And I went through and fixed the whole house. And it took over 2 weeks. And nobody once checked up on me, but they said I wanted to take too long on the job. Well,
You might want to put that down here.
who says one man can do all this? I pretty much solid coated walls, fixed all the arches. The only one that actually knew what I'd done and appreciated was the homeowner. He saw me there working. It was 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and he thanked me because he noticed everything that I'd done. All the details. You know, multi-$1 million home. It was custom. And I was pissed. The last thing you see is drywall when it's all done.
Is there any other
What the
companies
fuck are they
Tucker
talking
works
about?
for? Like besides Tucker, like he's just some. It's a subcontractor.
Tucker's always been his own guy. that's been his name, Chucky. That's why he felt threatened by me, because he said I had so many attached jobs I could do. Why do I need to work there? You know, I was going to take the job. You know, but he took his own job. I was there to help him as part of it.
You know what's pathetic is this is fun to them. They're in a place drinking and gossiping, but like this is the most boring fucking conversation I've ever heard. Like they're not saying even the most remotely interesting thing about Don Wells. Nothing. Like
Don sounds awful, but was to dispose of, say, Summer's body. Where do you think? Because you're more familiar.
look at like just generally, bro. Look at that. Just generally, you can see the hatred in her face. Like just generally. Her just having a calm, rational conversation with someone. Well, rational's not the right word because it's irrational to be spreading gossip about somebody, but having a calm conversation with someone where she's actually in a good mood, and you can still see the Kathy Bates misery on her face. Like, like somebody married her, bro. What?
You're around here than we are. Where do you think that location could possibly be?
It's a long shot, but it's between Rock Springs and Greene County.
Why?
Well, because that's his backwards. If you look up the map, he could be in Greene County in 30 minutes from his house. And we did a lot of jobs out there. Chucky is another one. There's some woods out there, man. That scared me. You know.
Not anymore, Lindsay. Not anymore. Go back and watch either Burnt Toast's last video or her last live, or refer back to, I don't even know which one it was that I did, but I went over some of her court documents myself. Yeah. Just to repeat the theme of Burnt Toast's entire live that night. Anybody that she lives with, when she doesn't get her way, she puts her hands on. That is a proven fact. It's a proven fact. Only somebody with that much hatred and contempt for God knows what, for existing, I don't know, would be that angry and have that many charges for domestic violence. Only somebody with pure contempt and a black soul.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I would have never thought, you know, but I would guess Rock Springs to Greene County. That's where I checked. That covers Jonesboro and everything. That's a straight shot.
But what is your opinion on what you think happened this summer? Like, do you think something happened with Candace and Axel?
My wife and I thought
She definitely did. Dee Dee Parks, Burnt Toast definitely shredded her. But like I said before, it was fucking surgical. I still laugh about it. Like, I loved it. Like, she's become one of my favorite creators.
about that, and I really believe, I don't know my wife thinks, but I really believe that Summer got hurt, you know, and fell and killed herself. That was a dangerous house, and for her to have.
All right, let me read Dumpster Clips. What's up, Dumpster Clips? If this was truly about Summer, they would have asked him why Candace was concerned about him. If he'd been on the hill when he wasn't riding with Don, so many missed questions. Yeah, I mean, like, they haven't asked anything about Summer. They're just trying to discredit Don. What they're trying to do is just destroy this man's credibility in any way, shape, or form. But they're failing miserably for just the simple reason that they have no credibility. You have to have some sort of credibility for integrity, at least some, if you're going to actually destroy someone else's credibility. There's no other way around that. It's science. It's freaking chemistry. It's math. Like, it doesn't work. It can't be done. That's it. It's all about demonizing Don. That is all it is.
Came out and screamed. Why did you scream? What did you see that you had to scream?
So you believe Jody Sue when she said she heard that scream?
Yeah, I did. I believe that she saw her daughter dead, and it was an accident.
So then what do you think happened at that point?
Yeah, but I also thought that, what I said before, Don blessed his daughter. She was jealous.
With MailChimp, you can guide customers along the path to purchase with our customer journey builder.
Spoonful of sugar helps
more
the
than a small
medicine
business,
go
and not
down. Spoonful of sugar. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really, really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome.
Killed her own daughter. She didn't watch the kid. When they ran out the house, they did not have drawers on, no clothes. I said, hey, that one right there in front is a little girl. They shaved her head. They shaved all their heads.
Did they ever tell you why they shaved the daughter's head? Why they shaved Summer's head? Did he indicate the reason?
Don said because
Like, this dude is killing me right now. My attention span is not getting along well with this guy at all. I'm going to be completely honest. Can you imagine having to be an intelligent TBI agent and interviewing this guy? That's a shitty day at work, dude. That's a really shitty day at work. Like, this dude, and the ironic part about that, I don't know if it's ironic, but it's funny. The funny part about that is these people are relating to him perfectly. These four morons are relating to this guy. They're riveted by this guy. They're just like, oh, they're hanging on every word he's saying. And I'm sitting here going, fuck, feeling self-conscious about my content right now because this guy is fucking unbelievably boring and stupid.
Because she woke up and she shaved her mom's hair. Or she cut her own hair, so she had to shave it all off, and Candace just went ahead and shaved hers to make it look like hers.
Again with the head shaving.
That's what Don said.
The head shaving thing was established, dealt with, answered way, way early. 7 months ago, people. Like, the fact that these idiots are hanging on the head shaving thing shows how new they are to talking about and looking into this case. It shows how green they are. It shows how little they actually care.
Truth be told, they have lice, and they shaved all their heads. All of them had shaved. They usually do that because you're too lazy to take care of your kids. I'm just trying to figure out what had Don's mind destroyed on Monday.
On the Twitter.
You know what I mean? Because I've never.
So I wonder if he's got kids. I wonder if dad and mom are out here getting drunk with the boob crew and who's watching their kids. I mean, maybe a babysitter. That's possible. But like, trashing them because they shave their kid's head. Now, these are low income people. Okay. Now, if they were neglectful and abusive, but let's just say neglectful, right? Why would they take the time to shave the heads of the kids if they had lice? They would just let them have lice and not give a fuck, right? I mean, so you're implying that because they didn't have money to afford lice removal, whatever method that is. What is that stuff called? Like rid or something like that? Like, I've never had crabs, knock on wood, never had lice. So, but I know I think it's called rid. So, I mean, like, these are low income people. We already know this. You're going to tell me that being low income people who couldn't afford to actually treat lice, they treated lice the way that anybody would if they had to, by shaving kids' heads? I mean, of course it's expensive. It's got to be expensive. It's got to be expensive. It's got to be expensive. Like, because let me tell you something. If I run a company that sells a remedy for your balls itching like the worst thing in the world, I'm going to capitalize on that shit. I'm going to be like, you need this, motherfucker. Pay up. Pay up. I'd gouge the shit out of that.
Never seen him.
So he was
Something
distraught
happened.
on a Monday.
Something happened Monday
Good to know,
morning.
Ramsey. Thank you.
I didn't hang out with him.
You talked about a meeting.
He talked about, leaving and shit, dating and obviously other women.
Did Don ever
He'd see a girl one time looked like she had been 14 years old when he was eyeing her up. I'm like, dude, that's like a kid, bro.
What was this at?
This was I want to say Jonesboro.
Was somebody
what are you looking at? I said, that kid can't be 12, 14 years old.
Did he ever say anything about Candace cheating on him?
See,
yeah,
again,
he told me about that.
The fuck does that have to do with anything? The fuck does infidelity have anything to do with this? Now, Annie from 10 to Life has made a very, very valid point numerous times, okay? Because she covers cases and she covers them very responsibly and very thoroughly, okay? Now, what she will say, how she'll word it, is when it comes to a spouse being murdered, the motive is always, almost always, money or infidelity. But we're not talking about a spouse murdering another spouse, are we? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a little 5-year-old girl who has disappeared and we don't know what happened to her. We don't know if she's alive. We don't know if she's dead. We don't know anything. But we're talking about a little 5-year-old girl who has disappeared. That, whether or not there's infidelity going on, has nothing to do with that. It could, but the likelihood is ridiculous. The likelihood is almost non-existent. You hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you by doing something to your child. Our child. It makes no sense. It could happen, like it's possible, but the likelihood is like astronomically minimal. It's just not going to happen.
Jose?
Those charges she filed on him with Jose or something.
Jose Ramon.
There was something there. I remember him telling me that she was, I think he had to go to Utah or some shit. And
This guy doesn't even know anything. Like, he's not giving any information. He's just going, I think maybe they said
she had pressed charges against him and he had to go in there. She was caught her cheating on him with some Mexican. I remember something like that, yeah.
Did he ever talk bad about the Mexican guy?
Oh, yeah. He said he went over there to go kill him and shit. That she was playing some prank on him or something. They got a twisted relationship. Him and Candace, that's a special breed there.
No, yeah.
You got your hands tied.
You seen her do drugs ever? Or drink? You said you saw her drink those big bottles of.
Yeah, no, she had a plate on the table though when I walked over to get my check first.
What a big shocker. What a big shocker. We get to watch somebody on one of these channels stuffing their fucking face again.
A plate of what?
A plate with something going down on it. I doubt it was cocaine. It looks a little expensive for them.
Have you seen her under the influence before, like at the house or anywhere?
Yeah, I will.
Under
I will agree with that. I will agree with that. Cocaine's a little too expensive. It's a little too much out of what I believe to be Dawn and Candace's price range for sure.
influence
All the time?
I think I drove there. I had to drive it 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I ain't kidding. It didn't matter if it was in the morning or in the evening. Both of them was taken. They were both under the influence of something.
with the kids there present.
Yeah, with the kids there.
And with the kids
And screaming at them all the time.
I love you
See them,
guys.
like, in the house
You guys
as
are so
well.
much fun.
Kids just wandering outside on their own. Summer outside.
Do whatever they want. The boys are in charge of something. Not kids.
Do you know why Don wanted, you said that he talked about cheating on his wife, but he wanted to actually leave her. He talked about leaving her. Do you know why? Did he ever tell you or indicate why he wanted to leave her?
You just said it was
I gotta stop smoking weed before I come on these live streams, dude.
dealing with too much shit. They've been together too long, things like that.
You want to stay on the record?
Is there any last things that either you or Linda would like to just, I mean, this is your opportunity.
Absolutely.
You have something to
what
say to
can I
the world.
say? You know, I hope to God something good comes out of this as far as summer goes.
Right.
Because parents, I thought that Don Wells was my #1 suspect. I didn't care.
I have
Oh,
two
you
last
guys are
questions.
on it today.
Have you
I
heard
love
of
it.
Don or Candace being involved in any search for Summer? Have you heard? Because you guys are close by here. You have not. Okay, and the last question that
Like the whole hair gel thing, dude. Now, I did that for a long time. I did when I was much younger, you know, because I'm a child of the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a child of the 80s and a teenager of the 90s. Like, and squiggy hair. Like, and I just look back at like the vanity involved in getting that shit all over my hands and being like, rah, rah. Now I just keep my hair just like super short. I'll show you guys. Like, I'm old, I got gray hair. I just keep it super short so I don't have to do jack shit with it. And I wear a hat most of the time anyway. So I mean, I just the vanity involved in like putting that shit all over your hands and you know what I mean? Like I can't fucking do that shit. It drives me crazy.
I have is
But you know, he was like, yo, I have become a master at putting stills up of this idiot. Look. Oh my God. Like, I forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot what I was saying. Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, you know that he was just like that. I'm trying to get through this thought while looking at her. You know that he was just like, he was like straight up like I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be on the computer, baby. You just watch. How do I look? I'm gonna be on the computer. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna see me. Everybody's gonna see me. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the computer.
Do you believe that they obviously have the ability to harm their children? Have you seen them harm their sons? I mean, not just some,
Yes.
but we've never asked you
I've
about
never
the boys.
seen him harm someone, but I've seen him beat the shit out of his son.
Explain that.
All three of them?
Two of them.
Which ones?
I mean, he just the one he did when he had him on the job site. I don't know, he back.
Whether you're taking the back roads or navigating busy city streets,
Talked to him something, backhanded him, grabbed him by his pants, gave him a wedgie, told him get outside, go sit in the truck. That was at the chocolate factory.
Now, I'm not justifying, I want to be clear, I'm not justifying hitting kids, okay? I'm not. But a lot of people in rural areas, a lot of families in rural areas discipline their children with physical force. I don't agree with it. I want to be honest with you. I want to be clear about that. I don't agree with it. But these families don't necessarily do things to kill their children. They don't. I mean, I grew up Hispanic. I don't know any Hispanic family from when I grew up that was not disciplined with a chancletazo. A chancletazo, if you don't know what that is, it is when your elder, usually a female, mom, grandma, aunt, or tia, will take off their slipper, which is known as a chancleta, and they will smack you across the fucking head with it. Like that. And yeah, like that's just, yeah, they'll smack you in the mouth with it if you mouth off. But, and I know a lot of Hispanic families that grew up like this. I know a lot. So, but none of them actually killed their kid and covered it up. Just saying.
That was
Josie.
And mind you, lest we forget, guys, I'm not going to pass this little tidbit up. The person asking the question about whether or not Don is a domestic abuser, is a child abuser, is someone who has been put in jail for beating 5 different spouses. 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Just, and strangling one of them, by the way. Just so you know. Like, my favorite thing to think about when it comes to Bullhorn Betty is that I'm happy that she doesn't have kids. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to our intelligent design creator, if he or she exists, that woman never had children. I am grateful.
Josie's like their prize child, it seems. Yeah, the oldest one. Because he told us that he wants a free Josie t-shirt. What does that mean, free Josie? Well, you know that they were taken away.
It's a trophy to Don.
Really? He's a trophy to Don.
It's a trophy to Don. Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
What do you think?
He thinks, you know, like his little.
Let me, you know what? I could say something about Molly Golightly and some hypocrisy in that statement. Let me just leave it at that. There's hypocrisy in that statement coming from Molly Golightly. Just saying.
Peace sign with me, having victory. You know, he's getting what he wants. He's got everybody going around in circles, and the finger's on him. But he still wants to throw everybody else under the bus and give them this hard time, you know, and come at them about all these crazy. So, what are you doing exactly, Dudley?
Are you not sitting there throwing Don under the bus with petty little accusations, petty gossip? Is that not exactly what you're doing right here, right now?
His questions when really he's a suspect. Him and Candace did this to their kids. They know what they've done, and then they're not saying it.
Okay. So right there, he is absolutely accusing Don and Candace of being behind Summer's disappearance. He is absolutely accusing them. Yet, make no mistake, people. This dude has not said one thing. This is the second part of this interview. This dude has not said one thing that would make me believe that Don is even capable of something like this. He hasn't said one thing.
And everybody's feeding on their bullshit. Really, they think it's a fucking game.
Yes, they do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
It's a
you.
game to them.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I say that
Oh, that's
all the
professional.
time.
Trophy.
Yes.
That's professional, right? That's professional journalism. Sitting there and going, yeah, it's a game to them. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game to you. It's a game to you. That's it. Like, you don't give a shit about Summer Wells. You don't care about this child. You don't care at all. And you're sitting here talking about how you're gonzo journalists. Like, please. Hunter S. Thompson is rolling over in his grave right now. It's bad enough that he had to, like, take his own life because of shitty people in the world. It's bad enough that he did that. Now you got the dude rolling over in his grave because you're up here calling yourselves gonzo journalists. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's his trophy to get off on that. It's a big joke. When they hang up the phone, they laughing at us. Well, you know, one day they'll cry.
Yeah.
If they make it.
We want to talk to other friends of Don and Candace. Do you know any other people that
I don't know his friends, so I don't know them.
you don't know any?
Do you know anybody who would be willing to talk to us
What about
about
coworkers?
He had his friend Jamie. That knew Don more than anybody. But I don't
Jamie
know.
who?
I don't know Jamie's last.
And he works for Tucker?
Yeah, he works for Tucker. He's not a sub. Back by the hour.
What job position is he?
Huh?
I mean, if you want to consider just pure gossip information, Bobby Pin, then yeah, but no. No, not what anybody with common sense who actually cares about Summer being found. Nobody with any common sense in that department actually believes that this is any new information. Anybody who takes this as a serious interview is a fucking idiot. I don't care who you are. If you actually listened to this and got something out of it, you're a fucking idiot.
Foreman.
He's a foreman.
Yeah, he runs a crew for Tucker Drops.
Anybody else worth seeing, like coworkers?
Nobody liked Don.
Why didn't nobody like him?
He's a piece of shit.
So no, he
You
wasn't
know?
popular.
He was slow. Nobody liked Don. I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I just got stuck.
Look at, I mean, this guy, all he's doing is trash talking. God, and I can't express this enough, people. If it turns out that Don actually did something, this guy would probably be one of the better witnesses. Because considering that they can't find anything, because if Don did something to Summer and he's behind it, he has outsmarted the FBI, the TBI, and the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. And not only and Texas EquiSearch as well. He's outsmarted Tim Miller. Like, think about that for a second. Don Wells outsmarting Tim Miller. No. You know what Tim Miller's record is for finding missing kids? It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, his record for finding missing kids is amazing. There's no way in blue perfect fucking hell that Don Wells outsmarted Tim Miller. I'm sorry. And I don't mean this to insult Don. I'm just saying. How many missing person cases have you seen covered on YouTube where Texas EquiSearch was involved in the search? I mean, and it's because they're badass. It's because Tim Miller is a badass. So the FBI, the TBI, Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, and Texas EquiSearch, and whatever other agencies that are involved in the Summer Wells search, Don Wells outsmarted every single one of them? Really? Your Dudley, your rationale for coming to the conclusion that Don Wells had something to do with Summer's disappearance is that he's a piece of shit, quote unquote, that you don't like him? That's your rationale? Really? Okay.
Working. They set us up to fail.
When you say slow, what do you mean? Like slow, like just
dumb.
Physically and mentally.
Wait. Dud Lee is sitting here calling someone slow. I just want to make sure I heard that right. Dud Lee, not to mention the other 3 idiots, are calling Don slow. Really? Really? That dude right there. That dude that is talking as though a turtle is carrying his thoughts from his brain to his mouth is calling someone slow. Okay.
Candace
He's
too.
special.
He's like a child.
So a lot of
She's
people,
slower than molasses.
Molly Golightly calling
so a lot of
someone
people say,
that they're
"Oh,
like a
you
child."
slow people
I love
get
it.
away with,
Because they're playing the dumb role. I'm too dumb. Duh. Please. They know so much that they're good at it. This isn't their first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
They've done this shit.
Career criminals.
She worked at a circus.
Career
And I
criminals.
worked in construction for my own business. I shut a circus down because I had other criminals ripping people off of my couch. Just trying to give away hot, stolen four-wheelers at a circus. They're all criminals. Nobody legit works at a circus. So.
have you ever met the grandmother?
Was my question.
That's a special one there.
Why?
Grambus is, well, she never said a whole lot. But she had this look on her face. Sometimes I wish I was a fly on the wall just to hear what they were talking about, because they were very, very devious. They had to go outside and talk. They leave the kids inside with me, and they go outside and talk. They would come to the job, and they would start screaming at each other. So Don didn't like Candace or
Grandma.
When you were saying it's not fair to us, it's not fair to us.
You
When
know,
we were
my
on the phone.
wife posts things on Facebook because she wants to say something nice about our day. And somebody's got to message you and send you a picture of me being accused of Don, being a child something.
Right.
That's pretty shitty.
I find it fascinating, people. I find it fascinating when I see a group of people with, because it happens a lot. It happens surprisingly a lot, but a group of people with a mutual and consistent lack of self-awareness. They collectively have a lack of self-awareness. It's really, really interesting. All right, psych. Let's see. That's one thing that drives me insane. They just go talk to people and take their word for it. No fact checking, nothing. BBH stating that she has proof Summer passed at a swimming hole. How? See, I would love that. Dudley, MGL, VHB, JLR all have records calling others criminals. Yes, absolutely. It's a joke. Like it's crazy to me that people take them seriously. Like, it's depressing. I struggle with depression, people. Do you realize that my depression would be almost probably alleviated completely if people weren't this stupid that followed and listened to them? I mean, I would be a happy person. I would be. I'm a miserable fuck, guys, if you haven't noticed. But I would be a happy motherfucker, dude. Seriously.
Did you get a lot? Do you still get messages?
Oh yeah, I still get it. That's gotta be
what kind of
hard.
messages?
Just the things that, have you heard the latest on what Don's saying, you know, about your husband, you know, young part, you know, just random stuff.
They're harassing you. It's harassing.
I mean, dude, she's way out of his league. She really is. You could tell she's actually somewhat intelligent, but she's stupid enough to like fall into this bullshit.
More like just like it seems like they believe it.
Yeah.
I say what Don is up to, why he's trying to blame you guys.
We believe you. Everything you guys
Yeah,
have said. You guys seem very like you guys have been very honest with us.
Why is he self-conscious about wanting to be believed? See, that's the thing. See, I never have to worry about that because nobody can call me a liar. Nobody can. Nobody can call me a liar. So at no point will you ever hear me feel self-conscious and awkward about wanting to be believed about something. Because if he actually believed what he was saying himself, if he actually believed anything he was saying himself, well, guess what, people? He would be confident. He would be confident in his statements. Why is he sitting there hoping that they believe him? It's crazy to me.
We don't have a reason why.
Right.
I drove her nuts for 2 months talking about this asshole.
Whether you're taking the back roads or navigating busy city streets, make
She got tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
There was a point where I thought I was making things up because she couldn't believe the shit I tell her. And I wish I could remember half that shit because she told me you need to stop.
Right.
I said, no, this dude's not right. And then I think I told you, 2 weeks ago? I said,
Kara McPeters, you want to come up here? I will share the link. I will be happy to share the link, as a matter of fact. Would you like to come up here and state your case? Because you seem to have a whole lot of conviction behind that statement. It's all in caps. You're up here. How would you feel? How would I feel if Don accused me of kidnapping Summer? Well, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't care. Like, I didn't know who the fuck this guy was till he showed up on this bullshit interview. I didn't know who this dude was. I would have just ignored it. But I'm probably not actually going to open up the panel. I will share the link, though, because I'm a man of my word. I will share the link, but I'm only going to let that person up here or anybody else who has an issue I will share the link and just have a discussion with them. But I'm not going to run this past 2:00, guys, because I don't want to. I don't want to run over Crude AF's live, and I don't want to miss it because I love his channel. All right, there's the link. Hold on, I got to plug my phone in. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so Crude AF is going live at 2:00, and I don't want to miss that, and I don't want you guys to miss it because he's awesome. He's a really good dude. So
you see, I tried to tell you. Did I not see that?
I mean, I believed you the whole time. It's just that every day you come up from work, I'm like, do we have to talk about Don today?
Based on Don's, past criminal background, do you think that people underestimate him as being manipulative, conniving, cunning?
Yeah.
okay, let me address that.
He's exactly what that is.
If that's true, okay, if you're saying Sandy Beach, if you're saying that Dudley's dad's house was raided in the middle of the night, well, that's usually when they do raids because that's when they can catch you off guard and get evidence. But if they raided his house, I promise you that it wasn't just based on Don's word. I promise you that it's because law enforcement had enough information to get a warrant. Because think about the meaning of the word warrant. Warrant means the right to. Warrant means that it's justified to raid someone's private home. So in order to get a judge to sign off on something like that, the DA has to present the judge with evidence that law enforcement has collected. So do I feel bad that this dude's house was raided in the middle of the night, which I didn't know, by the way? But if this dude's house was raided in the middle of the night, it's because the police, law enforcement, had probable cause. And I have no doubt in my mind that that's the case. Exactly, Burnt Toast. They don't do raids on anyone's word. They have to have evidence, and it's signed by a judge to go in there. It's exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. Because Burnt Toast has a brain. Burnt Toast has common sense and common knowledge of how the law works. Burnt Toast, I don't know what her field, what her education level is necessarily. I don't know anything about that. But anybody who's actually watched a television program where the police actually do work, a fictional one for that matter, knows that that's how it works. Like, I'm guessing everyone in this chat, or at least 90% of you who watch this channel and enjoy it, part of the reason why you enjoy it is because I happen to know simple things like that. Because if I was a fucking idiot, you wouldn't watch this channel, would you?
Yeah.
He's very manipulative. He did so many times where he was saying he was bragging on me, when really he wasn't bragging on me. He was cutting my throat, throwing mud on the floor, taking pictures of it, and sending it to him. And I'm the one who cleaned the whole house. I mean,
Do you think, how old are you?
42.
42. Do you think he's just trying to belittle you, or in a sense, or because you're
He was
younger?
trying to make me look bad because he wanted to be me and he couldn't. He's got 40 plus years of finishing. I've got 12 years of finishing. Also been a mechanic all my life. So between my construction business, my mechanic business, my detail shop, I was 18 years of business for myself. You know, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Virginia. I mean, you know, he envied me. He was upset that he couldn't do things I could do. He was more upset that I could do his job. faster. And I wasn't on that. So that was his problem. He had to throw me under the bus, get me out of there, so that I didn't take his job from him. That's the only thing he had. Nobody else worked.
Dudley, Linda, God bless you. Thank you so much for taking your time out.
Thank you so much.
I know this had to be difficult. I know you guys had to be terrified, and I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for
Thank
showing
you.
up and just really being honest with us and allowing us to take this. We will. We
What a
promise
farce,
you, we will.
bro.
Oh,
yeah.
She's
What a
beautifully
joke.
editing. We'll be
We're-
happy to
we're
send you a
thankful-
copy of
We're
everything.
thankful that you guys are out there and help.
Yeah.
Because there's people like this that get real shit.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. There's thousands of people.
Excellent point, Dumpster Clips. See, that's why I fuck with you. Excellent point, Dumpster Clips. You'd think if Don's house was raided, that would be a good thing to ask about during an interview. Yeah. Why hasn't that been brought up? Now, I mean, I don't think it happened, if I'm being honest, because I feel like I would have heard about that. I feel like there would have been an update from law enforcement regarding their investigation. That's something that they would, okay, well, we want to make sure to clear this guy because we raided his house and we didn't find anything. And make no mistake, if it's true that they raided his house, if that's actually true, well, he's over there sitting there having drinks and stuff in his face with the boob crew. So, you know, they didn't find anything, you know? I mean, same goes for him as it does for Don and Candace.
Volunteered their time and they wasted so many good people. I feel sorry for what's going to happen to them when they find out.
And we say that all the time.
So what do you feel about, like, have you seen the church people hanging out with Don Wells, like this woman, Robin Lane, in the church? What do you feel about it? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, he's manipulating the system. You know, it's
Yeah,
his little
because he's a
way
criminal
of
genius.
covering up,
Get real,
you know,
dude.
getting
Shut
shit
up.
off him, making himself look good. It's about someone, not Don. But unfortunately, Don and Candace are the ones that did it.
Okay, so he just said it's about Summer, not Don and Candace, but all he's been doing this whole time is talking about Don. Like this whole time. This whole time. Summer's name has hardly come up in this entire bullshit interview.
So they got to try to make things look good for them, you know. But everybody knows, you know, they're only fooling themselves. I was just telling me that they've been fighting over meth, and he's over there starting trouble at the house. He's living there in the camper across the street, and then all of a sudden, you know, she's up missing. I'm fired, but nobody suspected them. And I believe Brando went out of state.
Took him to North Carolina.
Oh.
Oh no, she went to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yes. With
So
Jose,
Don-
probably.
Don was with Jose 3 days before Summer went missing.
Jose was at Don's property, staying there before she came up missing. They were fighting over meth. So he just gotten out of jail, supposedly. So either he just got out of jail and Don did all the stash, and they fought.
See, I don't know.
Something came up.
I don't know whether to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know whether he's just stupid or burnt the fuck out from drugs. I mean, he said himself that Don accused him of being a junkie, right? So I don't know whether to like just continue calling him stupid or give him the benefit of the doubt that he's probably just, you know, burn out from drugs. Now, since I don't know the guy, since I've never seen him do drugs, I'm just going to call him stupid. So, problem solved.
You know, and then they talk about all his money. You know what I mean?
Where was he in jail at? Around here?
I don't know, Rogersville. I don't know where he was in jail at, but Don told me he just got out of jail. He'd been at the house fighting. He's on meth. This, that. Everything every day was meth with Don. All he talks about is meth. I'm like, talk about it, you must do it. He acts like it, he looks like it, he lives like it.
Have you ever seen Jose?
Never saw him, but he's Hispanic.
You just heard about him from Don.
He just told me that. Yeah, he told me if it was that. It was like that was Saturday. So that was Friday, Thursday or Friday before something.
Mess projection.
Wow.
Yeah, before I got fired.
Gotcha.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He was living there.
With MailChimp, you can design more engaging marketing assets
Molly's-
in no time at all. Thanks to our
Molly's
AI-powered
advice to
data-
Olivia
Or like,
at work.
you know,
Yeah, he was staying there.
staying with them.
With the mother.
Oh, with
That
the
was the
grandma.
mother-in-law. That was Grambo's law.
Okay.
She was with him.
Okay.
That's new to me.
That is
That's
new
That's why I
information.
said I had to film and document this because that's new to me. That we thought
I can't believe
after.
we never heard about it.
Yeah, we thought that we heard that Jose was part of that domestic violence incident where Don got arrested, and then Jose just went off, and he never, was involved with that family again. We didn't know that he stuck around and he was with Candace.
That dude.
Out of jail.
Again, we didn't know.
That dude. That face right there definitely got fucked in prison. Definitely. I have no doubt in my mind. Like, I've never been to prison. You know what I mean? But like, from what I hear about prison, that's a prison fuckable face right there. It's got, I mean, it is. Look at it. Look at it. Let's just soak that in for a second. That dude's a year younger than me. You know what I mean? Like he has the feminine features that I think a dude who's been incarcerated with a libido and a bunch of testosterone, like, and has not had the touch of a woman in a long time. He has the feminine features that would attract. I feel like that. I don't know for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know for sure. I wasn't there. But I'm going to say, yeah, that dude, that face right there got fucked in prison. For sure. For sure. Like, I absolutely believe that.
That he stuck around and he was with Candace
just
and
got
Don.
out of jail and went straight there to Don's house.
He was there a couple days before Summer went missing. Interesting.
Yeah,
like
Rambo goes out of town.
I wonder if police or authorities spoken to Jose.
I wonder if Summer's living. She's in Wisconsin.
Oh.
With Jose.
Do you think Grandis and Jose were in a sexual relationship, like a couple?
Yeah.
Remember, Allie said
that was what Don said.
We also heard through Allie, a friend of Candace, who Jose was actually in a relationship with Allie, and then Jose went up to the house and then had something going on with Candace,
and her grandmother was fighting over.
So
They were fighting over.
They were fighting over Jose.
Candace is Rambo and Candace. They're the same name. It's kind of weird. So be careful.
No, they were very specific that it was Candace, and then Candace and her mother, Grandis, aka Candy, were fighting over this Jose. That Grandis that Grandis wanted Jose to herself. And we thought that was twisted, and it's just funny that you're saying that Grandis actually
Pure gossip. Like, I don't give a shit about this Jose dude unless he is somehow connected to Summer's disappearance and brought on by law enforcement. Law enforcement makes this clear. As far as I'm concerned, the dude's irrelevant. As far as I'm concerned, the dynamic between Jose, Don, and Candace is completely and totally irrelevant.
got him to herself.
Oh, and by the way, guys, just let's soak that in for a second. Like, she's in a good mood. She's pleased with herself right there. You got fuckable face in the background, and then you got unfuckable face right there, because I don't want hatred on my dick. I can't. It's whoa. I want it off. No, no, no. Get away, hatred. Get away, anger.
That is disgusting. Because he was sleeping with Candace and Brandis.
That's what Don said.
How many animals?
Don said they were fighting over meth too.
How many animals do you see on that couch? Like dogs. You see dogs, lots of dogs, any dogs, cats on the property.
Lots of them.
How many?
Did Brandis do
How many?
They had to have 15 dogs running around, maybe 20.
We saw what we saw.
They had to be
four
30
or
cats.
five.
30 cats on there.
It was everywhere. I was like, God damn. You step out in the yard, you have fleas jumping.
They're not doing anything but gossiping. That's all they're doing.
Brandis, aka Candy, was she also on meth and drugs as well? So all three of the parents are just drugged out up there all the time, pretty much.
Yeah.
And did she have an alcohol problem as well?
She did, yeah.
So they're all alcoholics and drug addicts. All the adults on that
I just
property.
never saw it.
Yeah, that's Bullhorn Boob right there trying to get some new customers. She's like, oh, they drink? I drink and I do blow, but I could sell blow to them so that I can afford my habit.
Don drinking.
But you knew that Candace and her mother were constantly drinking.
Yeah, they always had those cheap ass 24, 40.
Like they're all, I love that shit.
Oh, that's-
They're all sitting around drinking, talking about Candace and Don drinking. I love that shit. I love that.
I never understood why they never brought up Jose. He was there.
Because everybody thought he was gone.
Yeah, I remember the day he came home and was talking about Jose, you know?
Do you know if Jose could have possibly been there the day she went missing?
I heard something about the boy saying.
The first sensible question asked by the smartest one of the four. Okay? There you go, people. I'm telling you. Stop with the whole Olivia's just an innocent little girl being overly influenced. Stop with that shit. I'm telling you right now. That's the first logical question asked in this entire fucking interview.
Where y'all going? And they were carrying Summer out the house, Don and Candace. She was head down on his shoulder, carrying her out, and he left. You know? So I don't know if that was on Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his Subaru, you know, so obviously.
And he said that was the first time him going to
Never
work in
brought
the
his
Subaru.
Subaru. I heard somebody say something about that.
Mhm.
The boys looking and they saw Daddy and Mama carrying Summer out of the house with her head down like she was sleeping.
I know.
This was when everybody was in the investigation.
What's up, homie? Hillbilly Nitro
You saw him on
USA.
that Monday before he got fired, crying or distraught.
No, he wasn't crying. He was definitely disturbed. Mentally disturbed.
And you don't think
he
it was
lost
like,
his prize.
and you don't think it was because
Summer
he
was
was,
his prize.
yeah, gotcha. You don't think it was drug related or anything like that? Like
So
he just
let's explore that logic real quick. Summer was his prize, right? Because he's actually confirming everything that Don has actually said himself, right? That him and Summer were tight, man. Like he adored her. And when you adore something, you're protective of them. You don't do things to hurt them. And so this guy right here, now I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I didn't live there. I don't know. What I'm saying though is this guy right here is Bert Toast is killing me in the chat. Hold on, let me see. Duh, like Don took my job. He must be guilty. Yeah. Duh. Sorry, I had to act that out. It was such a good comment. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't buy it. This guy is sitting here confirming shit that Don has said himself. I'm not. This is a non-confrontational guy. This is a guy who Candace is probably mad at because he gave Ziggy a puppy. And I know this for a fact because I heard I saw Don Wells' comments in Benny's chat. Okay. Don Wells' comments in Benny's chat saying her little girl was crying. Her daughter was crying. So I couldn't say no to giving her the puppy. Now, it was 3 weeks too early, according to the veterinarian that Benny called. It was 3 weeks too early to give away the puppy and to separate the puppy from her mom. But I wouldn't expect Don to know that. Okay? Don, what he did was give a puppy to a little girl that he didn't even know because she was crying. Yeah. Sounds like a murderer to me. Yeah. Sounds like somebody who would cover up his wife doing something to her daughter, to his daughter. Yeah, that really sounds like that, right? Fucking get real, man. These people are fucking morons.
No, it was something
I've
more
seen those
personal.
days. I saw what that day was like.
Gotcha.
I've seen them.
Gotcha.
That wasn't that day.
Gotcha.
No,
Gotcha.
he lost his prize. Summer was his prize. Okay, that was his little trophy. He even said,
This guy's such a
anything
piece of
was
shit.
Ever gonna
Like-
happen? It's gonna be on Candace's watch.
So he knew. He knew.
already knew.
He knew that she was a piece of shit.
After talking with Dudley Ajan, he seemed truthful and authentic. He seemed
No, he didn't.
like he really wants to help find Summer.
No, he
It's
doesn't.
about summer. It's 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 about summer.
What a joke this is. What absolute pure fucking garbage what I just played was. Totally. Olivia is a menace because she totally she sat there and hit the repeat on it's about summer. It's about summer. Right after, right. Bertos is like, that's terrible editing. Right after they talked about Don for hours. Really? Like, directly after, and it's her video. It's Olivia Cochina's own video. Like, it blows my mind. Like, these people are the dumbest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. They're, yeah. Paddywhack. I'm really glad you asked me that question. And you're going to be kind of mad at me. I don't want to come off like I'm ungrateful for your $4.99 donation because it really means a lot to me. It really does. And I'm grateful for it. Thank you so much for that. But I need you to understand something, okay? This is very important. When people ask me, what do I think happened? My answer is always the same. I don't know. I don't have enough information to form an opinion and a theory on what happened to Summer. I don't have enough information. But the more important thing to think about is neither do you. Nobody does. Law enforcement might, but it's up to them because law enforcement are the professionals charged with the responsibility of finding Summer, or at least finding out what happened to her. I don't know. I'm grateful for your super chat. Thank you so much. But I can't be any clearer than that. Nobody knows. Maybe law enforcement knows, and they're collecting evidence. Maybe. We don't know. But you don't know either. Keep that in mind. Will they cut out the part of Dudley telling them where Don will be working the next day, or did I miss it? I saw the short interview. Yeah, she probably cut that out because, like I said, Olivia is the smartest one out of them all. Olivia Cochina is the smartest one of them all. We don't. Not really. Even the timeline is hearsay. Even the timeline is hearsay. Good point, Sue Ellen from Paris. Oh, is that what I'm? Oh, real quick before, let me go over something else here, real quick. Interesting. I want to be clear about something, folks. I want to be clear about something because we've seen different perspectives of the same footage. We've seen different perspectives of the same footage, but this is Molly Golightly's video. This is Molly Golightly's video entitled Part 4, What Guilty Looks Like. Okay? Let's take a look at this. Okay? Let's take a look. All right? Because I love streaming their content since they hate it so much. I love it. It's so much fun. Gee, that looks like a job site. Is that a job site? Looks like a job site. Up. What?
You're surrounded.
You're surrounded, she says. What'd you do with her? I hear Boob in the background saying.
You can't be nice to these people. You cannot be nice to these people.
You can't be nice to these people, she says. So far, I mean, it's harassment from the go. It's harassment from the go.
Candace, tell us what you did with her.
And Olivia getting all that content. Olivia Cochina getting all that content.
Please, Don.
Be on this property. Get the hell off of it.
Hi, Candace.
Get the hell off here.
Looking sexy.
Get him, Don.
Okay, then so be it. Candace, you're looking good, girl. We know it was an accident. It was an accident.
Pure harassment. Pure harassment.
It was an accident, Candace. We know.
Candace is calling the cops, which is the right thing to do. It's absolutely the right thing to do. Right now, guys, I feel so bad for them. Watching this footage makes me listen, I'm not condoning. I want to be clear about something because I talked about this on Benny's panel, but I want to be clear about something. I'm not condoning Benny's actions at all. At all. I mean, you can't go around threatening women with a log. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. But I understand where his heart was. Look at this. The way that I sum up Benny's behavior is someone who deals with things in a very straightforward manner, to say the least. To put it lightly, okay? He deals with things in a very straightforward manner. And he has genuine feelings about what this family is going through. Genuine feelings. And watching this, I kind of understand it more. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not justifying it. I wouldn't have gone that way. There was a time I would have, but I wouldn't have gone that way. You know, but watching this footage and feeling how I feel about what they're going through, I understand it more. because I think that he actually cares. And I think that he developed a personal relationship with these two people. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And in his heart and in his mind, he was defending people that he has developed a relationship with. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't agree with his methods, but I get it. I get it.
It was an accident. Please. We know it was an accident.
Jesus.
You can record me. I mean,
You are a child abuser.
you're losing some weight. Oh, you stressed out?
How many times?
It's sad. We love that little girl.
You like boys. You didn't
We
know
cared.
We know this because we did our homework. We know what kind of woman you are.
Cheating on your husband.
Unbelievable. These people are just trying.
Checking out.
These people are just trying to earn a living, guys. They're just trying to earn a living. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to do their part in being responsible Americans in a disgusting climate right now. Burnt toast. There are no child abuse charges on Candace. Chasing confirmed this. This is a lie. Candace has absolutely no child abuse record.
14-year-olds. Oh, yeah. Poor
Wow.
Josie. Your prized child, Josie, we found out. We know. We recorded
Jesus.
everything, Candace.
Summer, Don and Candace. Where is Summer?
And they're just like, they're just trying to work, man. Like, that's what's crazy. That's what's fucking crazy is I'm sitting here like watching this and I'm seeing two people being productive in this entire scenario. I'm seeing two people being productive in this entire scenario. People who I've even criticized. You know what I mean? Like, now I defend their right, like anybody else, to be innocent until proven guilty. Of course I do. It's all I've ever been talking about. But, you know, like these people are clearly the villains in this scenario. They're just harassing them. We have no evidence against Don or Candace. We have nothing. They have less because they haven't done any proper research. The glare, it's bizarre that MGL's and BHB's mind always goes to vile sexual crimes when they get mad at someone. Makes you wonder, huh? Might be because it's not unfair to say, since we've seen abundant evidence of projection coming from these people. Abundant projection. Right? Is it unfair to speculate that this is just projection too? Dr. Latina or Dra Latina. This behavior is despicable. Name calling, physically cornering Don and Candace. So wrong on so many levels. No, I'm not pro Wells. Yeah, I mean, nobody necessarily is. I'm pro Wells in the situation against the Bullhorn Boob Gang, against the Scooby Boob Gang. I'm pro Don and Candace on that. As far as the Summer case goes, I don't fucking know. Neither do you. Neither do them. I don't fucking know. It's law enforcement's job to figure it out. Not yours, not mine, not theirs. Definitely not theirs. I'm actually getting pissed. I'm sorry. Sorry. It makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Where is your daughter, Candace?
All right, guys.
We don't need to be bailing people
I think we've seen enough harassment. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because Crude AF, my homie, he's about to go live. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in his chat. So make sure you type Glare Raid when you get in his chat, people. Make sure everybody types Glare Raid when you get into Crude AF's chat, please. I love you guys very, very much. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.